What's up, everybody? Squirrel Man's back again. I'm finally sitting back here in my house. It's looking pretty empty. I'm getting ready to go through a divorce later this year, man. It's crazy. But it's definitely for the better. I feel so much better. Like it's like a huge weight's been lifted off my shoulders. Like the crying days and the boo days are like so far behind me. I'm just like now I'm at the time where I'm almost at the finish line, and I can't wait to get on with my life and look on to other things. Um, and that's kind of the reason why I wanted to make this video, was because I wanted to talk about failure and stuff like that, things that are loss, stuff like that. A lot of people, like when you lose things, like people and or people walk away from you in your life, or maybe you lose jobs or bad things happen to you. It's so easy to blame the other guy or blame somebody else. It's like a gut reaction for you to blame anyone else but yourself, you know. But I think the sooner you start to take responsibility and take a deep look at yourself and say, okay, what was I doing at that point in time? What was I not doing? Is it possible that it could have been my fault? You know, when you really start to hyper examine your situations and your past decisions, you might be really surprised what you come up with if you can learn to be a rational person and have real rational thinking, you know, and not be so biased. I think that's a lot of people's problems because they're so immature and childish that they refuse to take any responsibility for anything that they've ever done, you know. And I honestly want to sit here and tell you that it's your fault. The situation that you're in is probably, it's a good chance that it's your fault. You know, you could say, oh, well, this person did this or that, you know, that wasn't my fault. You know, well, what was the situation? You know, did you really have to be around that person? You know, there's so many uh, factors you could put in to that question. Like when people go into certain environments and situations and then things happen to them and they're like, oh, well, I didn't see that one coming. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. You know, that's why I stay away from big crowded areas. You know, I don't like being around lots of people, you know, because too much stuff can happen. So if I go into a big, large crowd of people and something bad happens, and yeah, it might be that other guy that caused it, but I didn't have to be there in the first place, you know? So that's the way I look at life. That's the way I look at things. Um, a lot of people right now are hurting financially. A lot of people say they want to do things. They say they want to work on things. They say they want to be successful, but they won't even take the first step to making those things happen, making that life possible. And the first step is to work on yourself. The first step, and how do I work on myself? Well, how often do you exercise? If you're not even exercising and you're sitting here saying that you want to be successful, you're never going to get there. You're never, ever going to get there, because exercise isn't just about being healthy. It's about self-discipline. That's what it is. That's why you see all these guys on the internet, on YouTube, all these really famous, really successful guys, and they're all in amazing physical condition, because that's like day one, first period, first class, first lesson plan of being successful. You got to work on yourself. You got to, you know. And a lot of people say, well, I am working on myself. You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, you got to be healthy. If you can learn before you do anything else in your life, before you change your jobs, before you invest in this or invest in that, if you can learn to set up a steady a workout plan, steady diet plan, and I hate the word diet because I feel like that's temporary, but if you could change the food that you eat, you can change your bad habits, get rid of bad habits. If you can start to take care of yourself every day, set up a steady workout plan, that's gold. You know, that's the platform that you need, or the foundation for building further success in your life. And right now, I'm like trying to totally reevaluate my whole situation, my whole way of thinking. I refuse to put any positive energy into anything negative or anything that's not going to give me back positive energy, like females. Yeah, like I'm dating this nice girl right now. She's super awesome. But if she up and decides she doesn't want to be with me, I'm not going to go chasing her down the road. I'm not going to like beg and plead. I'm going to be like, okay, there's nothing I can do about it, because putting all your energy into somebody that doesn't want to be with you is a complete waste of time. You can try a little bit and try to finesse the situation, but if that happens, you just let it go, man. I mean, I've lost so much in my life that losing a woman right now at this point is like that's nothing compared to what I've been through in my life. I can deal with that. 6 years ago, I lost my wife, I lost house, everything, right? And when that moment happened, it really sucked. It really sucked. But what I did, and it was the smartest thing I ever did in my life. I sat there in my house all alone, and I said, okay, what I do from this point on could determine how I spend the rest of my life. The decisions I make right now in the immediate future may determine how I spend the rest of my life. And let me look into that a little bit further. Let me dive into that. When I worked in a prison, I could not tell you how many guys I met in there that were in there for killing their wives and girlfriends. I'm telling you, there's so many of them. There's so many of them. And not only do they'll kill their wife, they'll kill their mistress, they'll kill the daughter, they'll kill everybody. They were insane. And I'm like, I had to ask all of them, I'm like, why would you do that? And a lot of it, they just snapped in the moment. But I'm like, dude, you killed this person. Their problems are all over. Now you're stuck in here the rest of your life. I refuse to be that guy and or to make a stupid, irrational decision like that. If somebody doesn't want to be with you, just let them go. There's billions of women on the planet. Another one's bound to come around. And when something like that happens, when you lose someone or when something really dramatic happens to you, dude, that is your opportunity to grow. It's like, I don't know how much you know about plants, but when you clip the leaves, they grow even faster, so you got to use that as an opportunity to heal and then to grow even stronger than you were before. That when you have something bad happen to you, you can look in the mirror and you can take a step back and be like, okay, what was I doing before? What can I do now? How can I use this to grow? How can I learn from this? You don't have to sit around and pout. All the most successful people in this world, all the most famous people that have the best stories, they've all had seriously bad things happen to them in their life. I guarantee you, every one of them's got this really crazy story, And when you sitting around like the campfire, so to speak, or you sitting around, maybe you're at something like a convention or something, and you're listening to this guy talk, and he's like super successful. This guy's always got the best stories. You know why he's got the best stories? Is because he's been through so much. He's had really bad things happen to him, and then he's had good things happen to him. So, no one wants to hang out with the guy that just had everything handed to him, because that guy doesn't have any stories. He's been through nothing. He just had everything handed to him, Everybody wants to meet the guy that lost it all and then got it all back by himself. And maybe he lost it again and then he got it back. The guy's got awesome stories. And then those are the people that you learn from, that you sponge off of, when you go to the gym, and you should be going, or you should be working out at your house or something. When you go to the gym and you see that guy that's like super yoked, everybody's looking at that guy, right? And the women looking at him, the guys are looking at him, the guys are like envious of him. They want to look like that. But the reason why he looks like that is because he's put in so much hard work. He's sacrificed so much, and now he gets the respect. So you can't keep going through life thinking everybody's supposed to respect you, You know, if you don't even respect yourself, if you're not willing to put in any of the work to look like that, why should anybody respect you? That guy gets all the respect because he put in all the work. You can't hate on him for that. He's in there every day, you know, burning it up. And that's how he gets the respect, you know, and he absolutely deserved it. He earned it, you know. There's so many different like decisions you can make in life. You can take that road of the excuse maker, which is not going to get you anywhere, or every time you fail or every time you lose something, you can put it behind you, you can learn from it, and you can just keep going. That's where I'm at right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I got like $100 to my name right now. I am hurting. But what can I do? I have the decision right now in my hands. I could sit here and cry about it, or I could grind every day thinking, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to get out of this? You know, and that's what I'm doing right now. You know, for those of you who've been watching my channel, you know I'm a truck driver. You know I be out there grinding all the time. Well, I'm telling you, man, truck driving does not pay what you think it does. It really doesn't. And it's not just the truck driving, it's other decisions I made that are my fault. Like buying fancy trucks and stuff that I have to pay for. That's my fault. That's stuff that I have to deal with every day. Those are decisions that I have to live with. Now I have to figure out how to deal with them, you know? But the last thing I'm going to do is sit here and pout about it or blame other people for my problems, because you're not going to get anywhere doing that. The energy you put in to blaming everybody else, hiding in a corner, making excuses, is energy you could put in to fixing all those problems. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you need to do. You need to fix the problems so that you can better your situation and better your life. Like, for the last month that I was on the road, I didn't do anything. I ate super light and I worked out almost every day. The first thing I wanted when I came home was a nice home cooked meal, and I got it, which was amazing. So that was like the one thing I had to look forward to. If you're out there and you're watching this and you feel like you ain't got nothing going on, man, you gotta work on yourself, dude. You gotta stop making excuses. Excuses are easy. Anyone who wants to make excuses will always find them. You know, especially if you got a nice girlfriend or wife sitting at home, dude. She's not gonna stick around very long. If you're unemployed, and you're sitting there playing video games. If you are sitting there playing video games and you're unemployed, dude, you are a bitch. That woman is going to leave you. I guarantee it, bro. She might be smiling at you now. Man, she is going to leave you. If you don't have a job and you are playing video games, bro, you are stupid. And there's no reason not to have a job nowadays. Even if it's a shit job, you need to have a job. If you are unemployed and you're sitting at home smoking pot, oh my God, dude. Oh my God, bro. You are a loser. A loser. Like, seriously, there's no excuse for that. You are sitting at home smoking pot, playing video games, and your wife or your girlfriend is at work right now. Dude, there is no excuse for that. You are an absolute loser. Yeah, you need to set the example, especially if you got kids, man. Oh my God, I feel sorry for your kids. If they're sitting at home watching you play video games, smoking weed, and the mom's at work, bro, you are a first class loser. And I bet you have an excuse for everything, you know? And the one thing that really bothers me is how poor people hate rich people all the time. And it's a tale as old as time, but you can't hate somebody that's out there grinding, putting in the work that you're not willing to put in. If you're not willing to put in the work, you don't deserve the money. You don't deserve the Ferrari and the big house because you're not willing to go out there and grind for it. You know, sit around and think of some ideas, man. You know, spend some time. That's what I do. I sit around all day. When I'm sitting in that truck stuck in a parking lot for 2 days, I'm doing nothing but sitting up thinking of ideas how I can get myself out of this situation. Because I'm not going to be like this forever. I'm 41 years old. I'll be 42 in a couple of months. I'm not spending the second half of my life being broke. I'm not doing it, you know? So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. If you guys really feel what I'm saying, I really want to hear from you. If you're going through this, and if you're a woman watching this and your boyfriend's sitting at home playing video games, man, I would never listen to your woman. Do not sleep with that man until he gets a job. I'm telling you, you are rewarding his bad behavior is what you're doing. Do not sleep with that man until he gets a job. Don't even look at him until he gets a job because you are rewarding his bad behavior every time you do that. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Common sense ain't common.